Sudhanshu Mittal, senior BJP leader, also on the telecast with me. And Sudhanshu Mittal ji, now this quota debate has been going on for far too long. There have been allegations and counter allegations being made by the BJP and the Congress on who's playing the polarization politics. On one hand, we have the BJP and the Prime Minister speaking about how the reservations, the quotas of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe are going to be taken away and given to the religious minorities. And on the other, there is the Congress that continues to harp upon the point that they are going to give quotas to the Muslim minorities. In fact, a statement has come to this accord that the Congress has promised that if it comes to power, it is going to increase the 50% quota. It is going to increase the reservation, which is going to go beyond the 50% limit as mandated under our constitution.
Just a quick rebuttal to what Chandrasekhar ji had to say. Chandrasekhar ji, VP Singh's government came into power in 1990. And Mandal Commission was implemented in 19, not 84, 85. Please stand corrected. Secondly, your history, I think you have very little knowledge of your own history. In 2019, BJP and Shiv Sena contested together for the Vidhan Sabha. You got 63 seats. And immediately after the results were announced, you dumped BJP and then you joined hands with NCP and Congress to form the government to fulfill the lust and desire of becoming the chief minister of the state. Now, this is a far cry from what Bala Sahib always stood for. You talking about Hindu, you know what Bala Sahib did? जब बाबरी मस्जिद का demolition हुआ था, Bala Sahib said it was my Shiv Sainik who did it. That was his commitment to Hindus, and he was on record. मैं मर जाऊंगा लेकिन कभी भी कांग्रेस के साथ नहीं. And look at the treachery of your party, that you fight the election with BJP in 2019, and immediately after the elections are over, the first thing you do is to join hands with the Congress and the NCP to form the government. I mean, given that history, I can understand why it is very difficult for you to defend the indefensible of what the Congress does. Promising quota to the Muslims, first talking about crossing 50% of the cap, which has been laid down by the Supreme Court. Then promising quota to the Muslims. Achha, Congress has the history of Muslim appeasement, and it is this appeasement which always led to a backlash from the Hindu community. And this is what Bala Sahib always used to say. When today Narendra Bhai talks about Bala Sahib and says, you are not what Bala Sahib's scheme was, you are not what his value system was. He is right. Because Bala Sahib used to lampoon and used to come down so heavily on this appeasement of Muslims by the Congress. And today, just for the lust of power, look, what have you done? You've destroyed his dreams, you've destroyed his commitment, you've destroyed what Bala Sahib stood for. You cannot defend it. I mean, let's be honest. When promising quota to the Muslims is a statement by the Congress, when Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is attacked by the Congress, when Veer Savarkar is abused by Rahul Gandhi, and that's the icon which Shiv Sena stood for, then I can understand your problem in, not finding the right words to defend it because it's indefensible. You cannot defend it. When it comes to BJP, we have been unequivocal about it. There is the constitution which says there cannot be reservation of based of religion. Class is different. Other backward classes hai. It's not asked again. It is a different proposition altogether. And when you talk about taking away, giving quota to the Muslims, where do you get it from? You take it from the scheduled caste, you take it from the scheduled tribes, or you take it from the OBC. Because there is no reservation for the Muslims in either category of reservation which persists in this country. So where would you take it away from? You would take it away from there. Is this what you stand for? Is this what Shiv Sena stands for? Shiv Sena, not Shiv Sena, which is the real Shiv Sena. I'm talking about Shiv Sena of Uddhav Thakur.
Okay.
It isn't.
Okay.
So let's be clear. You have played the worst kind of politics, which could have been played by a party which was an ideological party.
Okay.
So rightly, the mandate now is with Ideal Shift Leader, which is headed by Shinde.
Okay. All right.
That's the truth.
Fair enough. Okay. Let me also get in Seema Malik of the NCP Sharad Pawar faction. And Seema, what do you have to comment? How do you have to react to what the Prime Minister says today, what the BJP says today of the division of the NCP was unfortunate, and it would not have happened if the nephew of Sharad Pawar would have, Ajit Pawar, would have been given the reins of the NCP. In a similar fashion, if the Shiv Sena would not have been divided, if the credit that was due to Eknath Shinde was given to him and not been handed over to Uddhav Thackeray because of the dynastic politics that was being played out.
This is not about dynastic politics. Even Ajit Pawarji is, he is also a dynast, I think. And why he should be given the command of the NCP, I don't know, because he is a man and Supriya ma'am is a woman. Is it the thing, this thing? And this, this is what I will tell you. Just see, I was listening very carefully to the Prime Minister, and I'm really sorry to say that the issue of development was completely missing from his, this lecture, and he didn't talk about anything, a word about the rising prices or unemployment or about the distress of the farmers. You have seen the Mumbai rains recently. Nobody's talking about that. You know how many people died in that. So they have to answer that also, ma'am. They are ruling there. They don't want to talk about those things. They don't want to talk about the plight of the women in this country. He's only talking about abusing Congress, that they are said about the reservation, and they talk about the 4% reservation in Karnataka, Muslim reservation. And who gave this Muslim reservation?
I could say the same thing. I could say the same thing for the opposition as well. If you listen to Rahul Gandhi's public addresses or other opposition leaders who come out, the only agenda is number one, talking about the minorities, talking about caste census, and the number two agenda is to bash BJP and Narendra Modi.
Do you think that
is it not true?
Is not needed here?
Is it not true?
How can you give justice to the people of India without doing a caste census? Of course, we are in favor of caste census.
I will again pick this out. Today, Rahul Gandhi has said, and I speak this verbatim: the Dalits, tribals, and poor general caste and the minorities have no participation in the country. We have to change this. The first step, a revolutionary step. We have written in our manifesto that a caste census will be done so that backwards, Dalits, tribals, poor general caste and minorities of India will get to know about their population and participation in the country. Everything will be clear, and after that, revolutionary politics will become.
Something very fair, ma'am. What we are asking?
No, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, if you are talking about OBC, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, backward classes, and in the same breath talking about the minorities and giving them quotas and reservations, is it not against the constitution of our country?
On religion basis, who gave the reservation in Karnataka? It was, I think, Devi Gaudaji, who is very much with them. They were in the park.
But why is not a single Congress leader coming out and refuting Rahul Gandhi's statements? Then if Rahul Gandhi and the Congress are so clear in their agenda that they will not give reservation to the minorities, why don't they come out and speak clearly about this? I mean, of course, now there is something fishy, isn't it?
No, there's nothing fishy in that. So we are very fair, and we want a caste census in this country, and only then you can give justice to the people. And talking, minorities are also a part. And you can't. I'm talking them.
Minorities are part of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBC, and the economically weaker sections. Why give 4%? Why give 4% and 12% reservation to minorities?
See, I'm telling you, this is very disappointing that they are talking at present. They are not talking on the real issues. They are talking about the mass, machli, Mangal Sutra, and kapdon se pehchane jate hain, bacche zyada paisa karte hain. What is this, man? What kind of politics is this? So we are all together. We combined our strength to challenge the divisible forces of this country. And, and nothing else. So this is the politics of polarization, ma'am, and nothing else.
Advocate Sushil Vyas is the Shiv Sena spokesperson. And Advocate Vyas, how do you have to view the current scenario? The electoral vote is going to be in whose favor? Whether the people have now acknowledged and accepted that the Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde is the political party that they favor, because up until now Eknath Shinde has not tested the party has not tested waters because it is not stepped into the political electoral fray.
Megha ji, first of all, at the outset, let me, with respect, correct your last statement. Few months back, there was an election of local body, Gram Panchayat and Jilla Parishad all over the Maharashtra. Our party was number one, together with BJP and NCP Ajit Pawar group. So it's not that we have not tested electoral after being separated from the other party. Number two, as far as acceptance of Shinde ji is concerned, today also on your screen you are just looking at the roadshow of Prime Minister. Now look at, he is there with Prime Minister. Is there any agitation? Is there any opposition? Is there any slogan shouting? He is moving around entire Maharashtra. He is not only contesting his own 15 seats. He is monitoring all 48 seats. Now look, any one town, there is any agitation against him, any demonstration against him, people have accepted him because he's not online CM, he's offline. He's moving around entire Maharashtra, going town to town, area to area, doing work, public welfare work. For example, in Mumbai, there was the issue of pollution. He himself went out every Sunday morning for deep, clean drive. And that the result of that, pollution level came down of Mumbai city. Now look at the infrastructural development, coastal road, Samruddhi Mahamarg from Mumbai to Nagpur, Atal Setu. And there are so many, likewise, so many infrastructural development projects are undergoing at very fast speed. So he's working. He's not Facebook Live Chief Minister. So people have accepted his style of functioning, and he with the coordination of Devendra Fadnavis ji and Ajit Pawar is doing well. There is no opposition from any class or any area or any city. People have accepted him as a Maharashtra leader. So when you say that whether he has been accepted, yes, he has been, and I am quite confident because that is our own assessment. Because we are moving on the field. Out of 48, nothing less than 45 we are going to win this time in Maharashtra. And the largest chunk of support to Modi ji's leadership in coming Lok Sabha election will be from Maharashtra under the leadership of Eknath Shinde. That is what for sure.
Okay. I have with me Rajalakshmi Joshi as well. And what do you make of the narrative wars that are being played out, particularly to Maharashtra and overall on a national level?
Are you talking about Maharashtra in particular, about the split in the parties, or I'm not actually clear about
I mean, the split in the parties, whether it is about the NCP and whether it is about the Shiv Sena and about the allegations being made that this is dynastic politics that led to the splits, that the people who were of credence, people who actually had to be given their due, were not appointed, were not picked to lead the parties. That led to the breakup of the parties, and this is to the detriment of Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray and NCP Sharad Pawar, because because as per the BJP, the allegation is that they have become smaller parties and they have no choice but to merge with the Congress.
Yes, Megha, that is exactly the way I see it. Because very frankly, today there was this press conference by a joint press conference by Mallikarjun Kharge ji and by I think Akhilesh Yadav. So they were talking about how this is a war of ideologies. So it is about the NDA's ideology versus the Indie Alliance ideology. So if you're talking about this ideology, so that means these factions, this thing about the Shiv Sena of Uddhav Thackeray ji, are they talking about how they are now part of the Congress ideology? Because that is in stark contrast to what Bala Saheb used to say. So that I think they have completely given up on that ideology, and that is exactly the reason why it was not the BJP who took them out. It was their own people who walked out of it. So it was as if one person wanted to hold on to the power by hook or by crook, and that is the reason why. And he did not want to be the smaller party in an alliance. That is, he did not. Mr. Uddhav Thackeray did not want to be the smaller party in the alliance with the BJP, and that is why he wanted to have a bigger share in the pie. And these parties of NCP and the Congress were actually it was like a party for them because they were not even expecting to be in power because those were the number of seats that they had. So they were never expecting to be in power. And the people who voted for the BJP and they had no option other than to vote for the Shiv Sena alliance partners. So, even I have voted for a Shiv Sena partner at that time. So now today they are in the Uddhav Thackeray. So you tell me, we felt completely cheated because we did not want the Congress alliance there. We did not want the NCP there. So that was a big letdown. That was a completely big letdown. And today when they talk about how the Shankaracharyas are against the Ram Mandir, I mean, that is so sad because it was two Shankaracharyas who had a difference of opinion, and you cannot put questions on the entire Ram Mandir, this grand Ram Mandir, which is a very deep emotional issue for everybody. So, and especially so it was, just imagine that the Shiv Sena and Bala Saheb ji, they had such a huge role to play in it along with the BJP, along with the VHP, all of them were there together in this, in their quest for building a grand Ram Mandir at Ram Janmabhoomi. So they forgot all of that, and they just, it is as if they don't have an opinion of their own now. So every time you visit the tomb of people who have hurt Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, so all these kind of things, they hurt the sentiments of the people. So these things are completely in contrast with the ideology, the basic ideology of Shiv Sena. And similarly, so, when the NCP, it may not be about the ideology, but it is about how, if it was not as if, Mr. Ajit Pawar was actually, say maybe more in tandem with the rest of the people, why would they have all walked out? Such senior leaders, they walked out on the person who they looked up to as their, say maybe the godfather, Mr. Sharad Pawar. So just imagine that such huge, tall leaders, they walked out of that faction and they joined Mr. Ajit Pawar. So it was not an easy decision for any of them. So in spite of that fact, they have walked out on him. So that probably shows that they are completely maybe overshadowed by the Congress there. And today even Sharad Pawar is talking about how you can merge with the Congress. So, in 2019 also he had put up that idea, and now last week also he said the same thing. So I think that this doesn't actually go along with the feelings of the rest of the people in his own party. And that
Chandrasekhar Jha, would you like to respond to this? Do you think that after having diluted your ideology by joining hands with the Congress has somehow impacted your popularity and vote bank in Maharashtra, as was being said by advocate Sushil Vyas, that they have been able to get the people's vote and support in the local elections?
See, I would like to first tell that thing is that the BJP has absorbed whom? Absorbed all the corrupt netas of the parties and brought a split in the parties by certain actions, giving offers, and thereafter the government was taken down. So these things have to be made clear. You charge the opposition with corruption charges, the netas having the corruption charges, and they go and join BJP and they become clear. Yesterday
I'll
also,
come to
Mr.
that. I'll
Praful
come to
Patel.
that, but I'm asking you this
Yes.
question. The fact
Mr.
that at
Praful
one point
Patel-
of time, you used to be able to sweep the elections, local body elections. What happened this time around?
See, we have done our bit, and in this Lok Sabha also, if you see, the results are going to come by June 4th. Everything will be clear, who are being accepted by the public and who have been voted for and who have been voted out. So it is very clear that after 20 days, the picture will be clear. And the majority in Maharashtra also knows how the tactics have been done by the BJP and how the government was taken down by them by using all the tactics in Maharashtra and what has happened and also all the things how the opposition leaders are being targeted.
Okay.
And today if you see all opposition leaders are only being targeted and nobody else. So
Okay.
those who goes
But
to
you
BJP
think Ram
and
Mandir is
they
going to
become
be?
corrupt.
You think Ram Mandir is going to be a huge factor on the basis of which people are going to vote? People, particularly in Maharashtra,
See-
are going to vote.
See, Ram Mandir is being objected by BJP as their poll agenda, and none of the parties are doing that. So it is very clear that they want to encash it on Ram Mandir. They want to do religion politics and appeasement politics. They themselves are showing.
Has
So I
Ram
don't
Mandir
think
not
that,
been? Has Ram Mandir not been the agenda of Balasaheb Thackeray of the foundation of Shiv Sena?
No, it is not a political theory. It is not a political reason. It is a belief. It is the people's belief that Balasaheb Thackeray used to support it, but not for political
The
reasons.
same
or
could
not
be
for
said. The same
political
could be
votes.
said for BJP as well.
No, BJP is trying to do it for political means. They are trying to do it for political votes. They are trying to do it for political
Okay.
appeasement.
Okay. I mean, you're trying to twist and turn at this point in time. Do not have a clear-cut answer. Obviously, you are going to, at this point in time, dilly-dally and try to circumvent. But the manifesto of Shiv Sena has always spoken about the building of the Ram temple. And therefore, the question that I continue to ask is about the dilution of the ideology that at one point of time, Balasaheb Thackeray used to advocate, used to preach, has it somehow disappointed the voter who is not coming out, who is then not going to come out and vote in favor of the Mahavikas Aghadi, not in favor of the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray faction. Sudhanshu Mittal, is this then going to, is Ram Mandir an issue? Because every single time there is a political rally, there is a public meeting, there is a public speech that is made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, by Amit Shah, by Yogi Adityanath. They speak about Ram Mandir, they speak about the consecration ceremony, and they speak about how the opposition, by not attending the Ram Mandir consecration ceremony, by having spoken ill words about Lord Ram and Ram Mandir, are then favoring the Muslim minorities of the nation.
I would just refresh Chandrasekharji about one more fact which probably none of you will recollect. You know, Balasaheb Thackeray was debarred by Supreme Court from contesting any election for 6 years on the ground that he had sought vote on the name of Ram Mandir. Chandrasekharji, nahi pata hoga, aapko jaake check kariye. This was the commitment of Balasaheb. And I would very proudly say that BJP was also the only political party which in its manifesto had talked about Ram Mandir. We had a Palampur resolution where we said we are as a political party committed to the construction of Ram Janmabhoomi temple. That has been our faith. It's been an instrument of faith. You call it political. We have openly stated unequivocally, like Balasaheb, that we believe that this is the birthplace of God Ram, and a beautiful temple, a huge, beautiful temple must be constructed. And when the temple was constructed, what was expected? Anybody who claimed to have anything to do with Maharashtra would come there and pay obedience to Lord Ram, to celebrate the Pran Pratishthan at the mandir. And look what you did. You boycotted for Muslim law? What a shame. What a shame. As I told you, what did Bala Sahib do? He chose to get the disqualification from the Supreme Court, but never gave up his commitment to Ram Janmabhoomi. I mean, this is what the so-called claimants to his legacy have acted like. I mean, I'm surprised, I'm shocked, I'm distressed. At least some sincerity should have been shown to Bala Sahib and his wife.
Okay.
As far as we are concerned, as I told you, we had been committed right from the day we passed the Palampur resolution, and we are proud that a Bhavya Mandir has come up where Ram Lala was born. And today it's a matter of pride for the entire community, Hindus. And why just Hindus? Everybody who shares the cultural ethos of this country is proud about it. Look at the joy, look at the happiness, look at the vindication everybody feels when they see the temple there, when they see Ram Lala Virajman in that beautiful temple.
Okay.
And globally, how the entire Indian diaspora has welcomed it, has felt elated,
Okay.
has felt proud of their Hindu identity.
Okay, that's an interesting point that you make, and let me also have in a word from Seema Malik. So Seema Malik, interestingly, so Sudhanshu Mittal points this out, that this building of the Ram temple is not just a matter of pride for Hindus across the globe, it is a matter of pride for Indians across the globe. Because the temple that had been desecrated time after time after time has finally been erected. This is the Bharat Renaissance. This is bringing back our cultural identity and giving it the focus and importance that was due to it.
See, we are also very proud and we are very happy that Ram Mandir has been made, and it's a matter of proud for, I think, everyone. But I think there are many other issues for this election, much more important than that. And I think Lord Rama also said that the work is worship, we will have to work also. If you want, so I think many important issues like the unemployment, about the paper leak, about the rising prices. Again, we repeat it again and again about the women's issue, the farmers' distress. They are not talking about that. And see, the people of India are going to vote for this. And when you talk about the Maharashtra people never appreciated Gaddars, I am telling you this. And when you are doing analysis that why the people left the parties and all, so you cannot forget about the washing machine of the BJP and why they went and they joined and why they left. They also know in their heart, and we also know. And the whole country knows about this thing. One day you say it was the 70,000 ka ghotala. Another day you take them and you make them the Deputy Chief Minister. So this is very clear. This is nothing to with,
Okay.
talk and talk again. So,
Okay.
and I'm telling you this about Maharashtra, that we are going to get something like 35 to 40 seats. Supna saaf hoga inka. Abhi pata chalega aapko dikhega.
Okay.
The result is
It
not
will be,
very
yes,
far
it
away.
will be interesting to watch, to
They
see
will
the
never
results,
get more than
to
one
gauge
place.
what has happened on June 4th, and equally interesting to get all of you back on the panel and have a discussion. All right, let me get an advocate, Sushil Vyas, as well. Sushil Vyas, how do you react to what Seema Malik has said, that yes, Ram Mandir is a moment of pride for every single Indian, whether he is Hindu or Muslim or Christian or Sikh, but why is the need to propagate it in such a way that BJP is using it as a political plank, that NDA is using it as a political plank? that Shiv Sena is using it as a political plank to get Hindu vote, when you should actually be talking about development and jobs and actions to bring down inflation?
Seemaji, I will answer in two parts. One, we are not contesting this election only on the plank of Ram Mandir. Yes, Ram Mandir is our achievement and a greatest achievement. But we are also contesting this election on the developmental work which last 10 years under the leadership of Modi ji, this country has seen. So it's not that the Ram Mandir only is the issue. What development work we have done throughout the India. That is also one of the agenda. Number two, Ram Mandir. When Mittal ji was speaking, let me clarify. 1986, there was a by-election in Mumbai, Vile Parle Assembly constituency. Shiv Sena contested for the first time in the history of India on the Hindutva issue. And we won that election. Ramesh Prabhu of Shiv Sena candidate won, defeated Congress. Some Bhugra was there. And on that basis, the court disqualified our founder, Balasaheb Thackeray ji, to vote and contest. So that is our commitment for Ram Mandir issue. And then what happened after 88 Advani ji's Rath Yatra? Every election, opposition used to teach us, जब जब चुनाव आते हैं सौगंध राम की खाते हैं मंदिर का बंद. Now this time they are deprived of this slogan. That's why they are, worried. Because we have achieved what people, the crores of people, it's not only Hindu, each and every Indian wanted that. See, after all, Ram is our Aradhya. Now, if having a temple of Aradhya in Ayodhya at the right place, what is wrong in that? If suppose we have done it, why not claim it? So
Okay.
that is not the issue.
Okay,
but
would
that
you
is
like
the greatest achievement.
Chandrasekhar Jha, would you like to respond particularly to what Advocate Sushil said, that at one point of time you used to chant these slogans of Ram Mandir and the manifesto and how you endorse it during the election years, during the election campaigning, and why has it suddenly stopped?
I should be very frank with Mr. Mittal that particularly when talking about Balasaheb Thackeray, Mr. Modi does not have time. When he goes to Mumbai, he could not visit the sacred place of Balasaheb Thackeray and surrender his head over there. And that shows how much faith he has over Balasaheb Thackeray and how much he is praising about him. And
I think I remember
BJP is talking
2019
about
Lok Sabha election campaignings that had been held. I think one of the key places where Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited, spoke to the people, paid tribute to Balasaheb Thackeray, was at the place where Balasaheb Thackeray at one point of time used to give his speeches, the orator that he was, and there would be thousands and thousands that would gather. That was the place, that was the choice that PM Modi had made when he made that speech 2019. I remember that very clearly.
See, after the breakage in the split in the alliance, if you see, they are talking about Balasaheb Thackeray's ideology, and they know nothing about the ideology, but talking about his ideology. They have never given any acceptance to his ideology. They are just doing a politics of a nation in a nation based upon religion, Hindu, Muslim, and talking about Mandir, no paraphernalia or no kind of...
But that's the point that Shiv Sena is talking about. Shiv Sena is saying that, listen, at one point of time, before you decided to join hands with NCP and Congress, you used to come out on the streets with the saffron flags and chant these slogans of building the Ram temple during the election years. So why are you turning away and at this point of time speaking a different language, speaking the language of the NCP and the Congress? That's the question that has been posed to you.
That question has to be answered because today what we are seeing that the Ram Mandir temple is just being acclaimed by BJP to be made by them, and in particularly everywhere, because they did not give any invitation to any opposition leaders. They claimed that the mandir has been built under their guidance, and it was not under their guidance, it was under the guidance of the Honorable Supreme Court of India. And eventually by doing that program, Mr. Modi claimed himself that it was under the guidance of Mr. Modi that the Ram Mandir is in reality. And actually the concept of Ram Mandir was of Balasaheb Thackeray. And eventually, if you see in Ram Mandir area in Ayodhya, no monument of Balasaheb Thackeray has ever been built. Can you expect that? How much indulgence to Mr. Balasaheb Thackeray the BJP has given? These are the things, if you take the ideology has to be followed in whole, not in part.
Okay. Sudhanshu
So
Mittal,
these
would you like to
ideologies are
respond?
not working in the
Would you
board.
like to respond that while PM Modi and the BJP talk about Balasaheb Thackeray and his ideology, it's quote-unquote lip service according to the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray faction?
Chandrasekhar is at liberty to say anything what he wants to. But as I said, he knows very little. And let me tell you, Chandrasekhar, I know much more about Shiv Sena than probably you know. Because I have seen the Shiv Sena BJP alliance, how it flourished. I have been a very close associate of Mr. Pramod Mahajan, and I have seen what Bala Sahib used to say. I have seen what his commitment was, and I just quoted to you how he withstood this, the Supreme Court. He was an unapologetic Hindu, absolutely unapologetic Hindu. It saddens me that today these so-called claimants to his legacy by birth are so apologetic about their own identity that they could not even attend the Pran Pratishthan Samaroh of Ram Mandir. What a shame, what a shame. I think he would be turning his face to think what his siblings have done or what his children have done. How his son has shamed him. I mean, he was a proud man, a proud Hindu, and unequivocal about it. As far as the other developmental issues, or I just heard this remark about the washing machine. It is very interesting. So ask Seemaji. Seemaji, when the allegations were leveled against Ajit Pawarji, what was your response? No, these are not true. These are wrong allegations. And if he changes over and joins hands with us, then these allegations become the truth. So what you are accusing of us of, you go and look at the converse of it. It's same. When Hemanto Biswa Sharma was in the Congress and allegations were raised against him, what did the Congress say? What did Sonia Gandhi say? What did Tarun Gogoi say? What did everybody say? They said, no, he's clean. Now he is clean when he is with you. He becomes tainted when he comes to us. So the argument you want to put us in dock with, it is a converse argument which puts you in dock also.
Okay.
Because you were the defender of all the allegations. How can you now tell us? And the law is taking its own course. We have not closed down anything. The law is taking its own course.
Okay.
You speak in folk terms.
Okay, all right. Seema Malik,